Hey, thanks for stopping by the Sparkle Lifestyle. I am going to make a smoothie. I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight or tomorrow morning, but I always have a smoothie. That's my morning breakfast. But I don't use water, I use almond milk. I don't buy it from the store and make my own. Of course, it's always better to make your own food because you know what's in it, you know that it's fresh, and consuming God's food instead of having somebody else prepared, you know, they're normally going to put something in it to keep it fresh longer. So if you're going to be going to the store and buying prepared food that's already prepared for you and packaged for you, get organic. Organic is going to be the cleanest way to go. You don't have to worry about preservatives and things that they put into the food. Number one, it's things that they put into the food nowadays are addictive because it's all about profit. It's all about keeping you coming back for more repeat customers. That's the name of the game. But if you make your own, of course, if I make my own almond milk, I'm going to have to use it within probably 3 days at the latest because it's fresh, doesn't have any chemicals or anything to preserve it, so it's going to start going bad pretty quick. And that's going to force me to make sure that I'm eating fresh. Almond milk is really easy to make. All you do is you take raw almonds and you soak them. I soak mine overnight. I'm going to show you the difference between a soaked almond and a raw almond. The raw almond is like this. It's just dry. And it's this size. After you soak it, it becomes plump. And this is how you strip the starchy coat off of the almond. You can see that. This is raw and this is soaked. So what you do is when you soak your almond, just like you can take a seed and plant it, you can keep a seed for a long time on the shelf or whatever. But once you plant it, put it into the ground and you water it, well, once you water it, it's going to pull this coating off, this starchy coating. See? That's what protects the raw almond and your seeds and things from, so that they can, how would I put it? It keeps it protected until it's time to plant it and create a plant. Okay? All right, so you want to soak your almonds first. I'll put this back. Once your almonds are soaked overnight and they're plump, they're ready to be prepared into almond milk. So take a nice high-powered blender. If you just have a regular cheap blender, and you start juicing or making your smoothies, it's going to burn out pretty quick. So this is a Vitamix high-powered blender. So I take about, I'd say maybe a cup of almonds. This is about a cup of raw almonds. Now they're soaked. Then I'm going to fill my blender up with water. So this is the jar I'm going to put my milk in, so I filled that up so I'll know how much to put in the blender. And I'm using alkaline water. You want to keep your body alkaline, right? My alkaline machine I've had for like 15 years, so it's kind of on the blink. I have to take that in and service it or maybe buy a brand new one because they only last about 15 years. But I have an alkaline water store right around the corner. So I get my own water. I have them in glass jugs because glass is always best. Try to avoid plastic as much as you can. Our society just strives on plastics. But regular plastic bottles If you have water or anything in your plastic bottles and they've been sitting on the shelves for a while, that plastic stuff starts leaking into the water and the product, and it gets into your system, and it's not good. These are dates. So this is how you make almond milk. You just have raw almonds that are soaked, and you get pitted dates. Don't get the dates with the pits in them because you don't want to grind up the seed. It's not going to work right. These are pitted dates I get from Sprouts. They're called Daily dates. Never even read what the name of these dates are. And make sure that they're pitted, and the way that you know is you want to look at each one. Every now and then a date might get thrown into the pack that has a seed in it. So if you can see a hole all the way through, it's been pitted. Okay, so that's what you want. Then I take about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Simply organic. Everything that I put in my body is organic. I don't mess with those chemicals because it messes up your body. Then you just want to see vanilla extract, 2 dates, about a cup of almonds, and that's it. Some people might want to put salt, but I try not to. I don't need salt, not in this anyway. Turn it on, it's going to be loud. Now this has a lot of foam on the top. I don't like foam I don't like the foam, so I'm going to scoop some of that foam out. And I'm going to scoop it with my spoon and throw it in the sink. Be right back. Okay, I don't need to take all the foam out, but most of the big bubbles are gone. Then you want to strain, because you don't want that those peelings that were on the almonds, that my Vitamix just pulverized it. And I'm going to, now I don't know, I bought a nut bag, okay, so this is for squeezing and creating your own milk. And I don't know what these little things are. Maybe there's some kind of machine that you put this on, but I don't know what to use. I just went to the store and said, I want to start making my own almonds, and I need a nut bag. They showed me where to find a nut bag. And it just looked like this. It says nut milk bag. Okay. So what I did was, I said, well, I'm going to need a lip to hold my bag. So I went and got a bowl out of my cupboard. You just use what you have around the house. And I put the lip around the bowl like this to hold it in place. Then you pour your milk in here. Make sure your hands are very clean. And this is the old-fashioned way of making our food. Back in the day, we used our hands for everything, man. Now everybody's all germ scary. Your body actually needs germs in order to be able to fight off germs, if that makes sense. It's called creating an immunity. But yeah, you don't want to use dirty hands to do this. You want to make sure that you wash your hands several times. Make sure they're very clean. And you're just milking the cow. But what you don't want is, you don't want to be drinking cow's milk, because those big animals were not made for us. You never see an animal out in the wild drinking from another animal. They always drink from their own kind. And a cow is very huge, a very huge animal. And that cow's milk, that mama's milk from that cow was designed for that baby calf, which is way bigger than your child when your child is born. Your child is supposed to be consuming mother's milk, human mother's milk. Okay, then you want to take what's left, this pulp stuff, just throw it away. I have a trash can right here. Turn it inside out. Pour it in the trash. Turn it right side back in. And the reason I didn't pour the whole thing in the bag in the first place is it's hard to strain all of this at one time. So now I continue to squeeze out my milk. And almond milk is way healthier than that pussy cow's milk. It's just, this is why we have so many health issues, is we're doing everything backwards. I won't tell you the way my dad used to say it. We do everything A backwards. That's what he used to say. So that's that. And then I'm going to shake this out as well. And I will wash my nut bag and use it again. Let me rinse my hands real quick. Okay. And the next and last step is pouring my fresh homemade almond milk into my jar. And there you have it, folks. Fresh almond milk. That took no time at all. We have to learn how to get back to nature and take the time to make our own food. It's so healthy for you, it's fresh. And when I make my smoothies in the morning, I just, pour the fruit that I choose with some spinach or greens that I choose. And maybe throw a couple of dates in there, or one date, because the fruit is pretty sweet, bananas. I'll show you how to make a really good smoothie next time we meet. There you are, fresh, homemade almond milk. See you next time.